Today, we've got an interesting video for you that hopefully will serve as a wake-up call for some out there. Without going into much detail, this is another mindset video. Every week, we upload a different type of video which should boost your life. Today, we're looking at 10 signs someone is a fake friend. Welcome to Willpower, the place where the future elite connects and grows together. Life is difficult by default. So the last thing you want are people holding you down or making it even more difficult than it already is. Keep in mind your closest so-called friends and rate how well they act in certain situations. As we go down this list, if you enjoy videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. So with that said, here are 10 signs someone is a fake friend. Number 1, they put you down and they don't support your vision for life. Real friends call you out on your and support you when you're doing something right. This is probably the best sign to diagnose your friendship. They are supposed to know you better than anyone else. If they don't promote you to reach your goals and instead try to put you down, well, means you've got a fake friend right there. They'll say things like, "You can't do it." They'll mock your wish to improve your life situation. They'll give you a long list of people who failed at what you're currently trying to do and suggest you shouldn't even try and just give up. Number 2, they don't stand up and apologize when they're wrong. Another big red flag is when they put their personal pride over the friendship. Men and women know when they are wrong and are strong enough to embrace it. They will accept that they made a mistake and apologize for the way they behaved. Real friends discuss the event, which led to their argument, and come out of it stronger. Number 3, they constantly talk about other people behind their back. Let's just get this out there. If they gossip about your other friends when they're not around, they gossip about you with them when you're not around. If someone's a real friend, they don't want to spark drama just for the sake of it. Especially in the circle you care about, gossip for the sake of drama is a sign of emotional immaturity, and people use it willingly and unwillingly in order to save their standings. These people are never the leaders in a group and usually never get to be the dominant one. They play both sides, and when the conflict gets reconciled, they are usually the ones left behind. Number 4, they always take more than they give. You can usually tell who the snakes are in a group. They are always the ones looking to further their own agenda at the expense of others or even at the expense of the friendship. Sometimes they might even mask it like some sort of trade, where they help you with something very small and then end up asking for something really big in return. It's the little ways they behave when there is something for them to earn or win. These people usually use others to climb up the ladder. You will encounter them in the workplace. Especially, it's the same people who take credit for work and ideas they didn't have. The goal is to read these kinds of people from the beginning and only befriend those who act in the best interest of the group. Number 5, they don't clap when you win. This is one of our favorite phrases. Be careful of people who don't clap when you win. These are actually haters disguised as your friends. They're jealous of your success. Instead of being genuinely happy when you achieve something personal, success allows you to carefully analyze how other people behave towards you. Some of you will achieve financial success in the near future, and your relationships will suffer because of it. This will expose people for who they really are. Number 6, They don't stand up for you. We are social animals, so there's always some tension in social environments. This is one of the reasons we have friends. In the first place, it's easier and safer to go out into the world together than alone. The belief that you have someone else's back and they have yours is the foundation of how societies have been built. That's why a betrayal of this sort hurts so much. It's not that your friend didn't intervene when someone was bad-mouthing you or join in when a few guys started picking on you. They betrayed the bond, and now you're left alone in the wilderness of life. Exposed real friends would take personal damage to protect a bond they value. Number 7. You are friends because you have a similar objective, not similar mindsets. This happens when the circumstances dictate for people to go through a challenge or prolonged period of time together. You'll see this with some friendships you build in high school or childhood. In the moment, you believe that friendship will last forever, but people change and grow. Once the circumstances change and you have other options, which are not forced on you by the environment, some friendships will die because they weren't built to last. People behave like friends when it's easier to overcome a challenge together than alone. But don't confuse this type of social partnership with true friendship. Number 8. They ridicule you in front of others to make themselves look better. If you are the fool of the group, you're probably in the wrong group. This is an interesting way to look at the relationships you have, because real friends make fun of each other constantly, but it's a very interesting approach to the way they do it. On the other side of this coin, you'll find people who never miss an opportunity to ridicule their so-called friends, especially if it makes them look better in the eyes of someone new. Number 9. You only have superficial conversations. Trust comes from being vulnerable in front of someone else and them, not taking advantage of the situation instead. They respond by bringing forth their own vulnerability for you to see. That way, both parties commit to not acting out against each other's best interest and instead behave as a group. This is one of the earliest traits of bond building. If the relationship evolves to a point where this type of pillar can be put into place, you can build something that will last. Fake friendships lack pillars of this nature. They gravitate around superficiality, and there's always this mist that blocks you from knowing who a person really is. Number 10. They would leave you behind if something better came along. Another warning, if you're dealing with someone whose intentions are not real, is they would gladly trade your relationship for another if they saw something better to gain from it. Always be careful of people who are hopping from relationship to relationship in order for them to be able to renounce their current position. They will never build solid. They have no anchors, and it's best to not expose your weak points in front of them, because they'll likely use them to facilitate the entrance to a new group. Once you start to understand how other people think, it's almost like a superpower. We've always been about how the mind works and the psychology between interpersonal relations. On Willpower, we always have a bonus for patient watchers. Here it is, number 11. Unless you make plans and organize everything, you never hang out. This speaks volumes to group dynamics and how precious these relationships are to each of the members. Think of the last time you and your friends hung out. Who had to organize everything and pull everyone together if it was not you? Who did all the heavy lifting? When was the last time another member of the group did it? In an ideal circle, every member would see the worth the group brings to their lives and look for ways to facilitate its development. Did you already found the snakes in your circle? Comment below with real to share your signature to the world. Thank you for spending time with Willpower. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. Cheers.